If you've been trying to use AI to grow your business because you hear that it is the next wave and it's going to create so many millionaires, but you're starting to get overwhelmed by underwhelming results and rising subscription costs for all of the different tools, I get it. But I think the fact that so few people are talking about the direct link between using an AI tool and making more money in your business, I think the reason that's unclear is intentional. Just like when business models like dropshipping or Airbnb arbitrage became popular and everyone talks about the shiny, amazing good side of when you get it to work, but very few people talk about the nitty-gritty things that you actually have to do on a daily basis to make it make money. I think AI is going through this similar spot. Like, it can be really cool to think about the images and videos that AI is capable of creating, but just making a higher quality image isn't gonna make your business more money. And so my name is Lili, and in this video, I wanna share behind the scenes of my $30,000 per month business. We actually use AI and automation to make money, not just to make things look prettier or to finish work faster, but to actually have the end result be more money flowing into the business. And if you want me and my team to build one of these AI workflows or AI employees for you, definitely check out the link in the top comment, because every single week we do an AI masterclass live on Zoom. And when you register for that masterclass, you'll automatically be entered to win a free AI workflow that me and my team will set up for you. So the link to sign up is in the top comment. Also, happy December and happy Vlogmas. That's right, I'm interrupting the video to let you know real quick that we are doing Vlogmas. That means every single day until Christmas, I will be posting a video on this channel, but I'm also gonna supercharge it and go as hard as I absolutely can, because I don't believe in waiting for January 1st. So not only will there be a daily YouTube video here on the channel, but I'll also be posting a daily school exclusive, which is a video where I go deep on a single topic that probably wouldn't perform well on YouTube, but is super important to your business and your financial freedom journey. The first school exclusive is all about the math of making sales, and I promise this was math that I ignored for so long, and I would have made so much more money if I had just had it broken down in a simple way. And so that's what I did in that video. So let's make this a busy month, because if you're like me, there's no reason to wait until January 1st. Just click the link in the top comment to join school, and back to the video. What do I mean by AI workflow though? I think back to Robert Kiyosaki's Cashflow Quadrant. He's the guy who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I think he has a lot of good ideas and a lot of bad ideas, but there definitely are some concepts that he introduced me to that have been helpful throughout my business journey. And one of them is this idea that no matter what money you make, it comes from one of four quadrants. On the left side, you have the employee quadrant and the self-employed quadrant, and both of these people trade time to make their money. The boss that makes them do it is just either an external boss or it's themselves if you're self-employed. And I would actually say you'd rather be an employee than be self-employed. And for most people, if you want time freedom and location to come along with your financial freedom, you definitely don't want to get stuck being self-employed and just working more hours for yourself, but probably taking home less money. And I'll talk about how AI plays into all of this in a second. On the right side of the quadrant, you have the business owner and you have the investor. And the core difference here is that instead of being paid for the amount of time that they spend working, being a business owner or an investor means that you get paid for the amount of value that you create. And I like to think of the Cashflow Quadrant 2.0 in the way that AI plays into this. On the left side of the quadrant, people who are struggling to use AI to make more money are focused on time savings. They're focused on doing things faster with AI, right? Like writing faster or even editing videos faster or things of that nature. I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's kind of funny. I'm up early filming this video. Hopefully you guys like the sunrise look, because I have a flight to catch and the airport is right there. So all these flights are just like going over my head, reminding me that I got to get my butt to the airport. But let's do this first. So on the right side of the quadrant, they're not focused on using AI to save time, they're focused on using AI to build assets. The difference is that an asset has a job to be done, and that job makes money, doesn't just save time. And the way I think of jobs to be done is that there's only 3 jobs that you as a business owner have to do and that your business needs to facilitate. And that's you getting noticed, you getting known, and you getting paid. If you are making less than $10,000 or even $15,000 per month, not enough people know who you are. Not enough people have noticed you. Not enough people have said, oh, this is that person and they do this thing, they solve this problem for that person. If more people just knew that, you would make more money. And so getting noticed is the very, very first step. And then you need to get more deeply known. Why? Because just like if you walk up to somebody on the street and you find them attractive and they find you attractive, cool, you've gotten noticed. But if you immediately jump to trying to get married, which in this case would be getting paid, they're just gonna be like, I don't know you yet. And the same exact thing happens in business. So many of us are putting ourselves out there and sharing what we do, but we're not building that know, like, and trust factor with our future clients before we try to get paid. And this is the perfect example of how you can use AI asset to actually get known and make more money than just an AI tool. I think of AI assets as things that have a couple characteristics. They oftentimes combine more than one tool. They oftentimes have a level of automation so that a human doesn't have to move the workflow on from one step to the next, but you can use AI and automation to do that. And then third, they have a clear outcome that takes whatever happened at the start and it's much more valuable to someone else at the end. Because if you think about the way that most of us are taught to use AI, it only makes things more valuable to us, right? Because it's only about time saving. But an AI asset makes what we have to say and what we have to do more valuable to someone else, and that's the crucial part. A couple of weeks ago, someone inside my free school community asked me for a recommendation for a good starter email automation platform, and I didn't have one at the time, but then someone else responded to their comment and said, check out Hostinger. And so I actually reached out to Hostinger to see what options they had and found out that they had an AI website builder as well as an email outreach software. And these are the core components of the #1 AI asset that I think you should build, which is gonna help you get more known in your business and therefore make more sales. So shout out to Hostinger for responding to my email and deciding to sponsor this video. Their softwares cost as little as $3 per month or even less depending when you're watching this. So check out the link in the top comment, which is gonna take you to all of their promotions to set up this AI asset that I wanna go over now. Whenever someone notices your business, you wanna give them the opportunity to take a micro step with you, a micro yes. Before asking for money, you're typically gonna ask for their email address, and you're gonna offer some type of free value in exchange for that email address, and that typically is gonna need to happen somewhere other than like the social media site that they found you on. So just having a simple landing page that you can link someone to, tell them what value you're gonna give them, and allow them to put their email address in to get it is step one, and that's what I would use like that Hostinger AI website builder for. The second step, and this is crucial, is you work so hard to get people to notice you and to give you their email address that you must automatically follow up with them with specific information that is going to continue to be valuable to them. And that's where I use Hostinger Reach, which is the email automation software that happens on the back end. And this is where most people lose their money. I once heard that, I'll try to find the source if I can, but I once heard that most sales aren't made until the 7th follow-up. And so the ability to set up an automated email sequence that's going to go out individually to each person on the timeline in which they signed up in order to get enough follow-ups in order to continue bringing value and then eventually make a sale and get you paid is crucial. And when you put these things together and you have this get known AI asset that sits in the middle of your funnel, you've realized that you don't need to get noticed by tens or hundreds of thousands of people in order to get paid. Because having that AI asset in the middle increases the amount of people that go from noticing you to deciding to pay you, and it saves your time because you have this asset working in the background while you can go do other stuff with your business. And that's the way that I think about AI. And behind the scenes in my business, there are more AI assets in this get known section, but there are also a ton of them in the get noticed section as well as the get paid section. And in that live masterclass that's linked in the top comment, I'll show you the behind the scenes of those different AI assets, how they string together in order to build my freedom focused business. So make sure you check out that link in the top comment. And until next time, thanks for watching.